All right. So, welcome back to Journaling Together. I'm Jen, and Mark is not with me today. It's just me. Today I'm going to be setting up a reading journal. Been doing a lot of reading lately, and in trying to get offline and off all of the apps for tracking what I've read and what I want to read and such things, I want to start an analog journal. So that's what we're going to do today. The journal I've chosen, I picked out of a bunch of journals that I had kind of floating around. I think I might have gotten this one maybe about 6 months ago or so. It's just a simple hardcover journal. Looks like it's been a bit abused, but whatever. And it's just a regular old lined journal. I don't plan on drawing all kinds of things here. Most of what I'm going to keep in the journal will be thoughts while I'm reading a book, and maybe a summary conclusion after I've finished reading a book. I don't read much fiction these days. I've gotten to the point where I'm just reading a lot of nonfiction. So, what would I put into a reading journal? My plan is to put in a few pages of index here, and then have some space for books that I want to read, another space for a list of books that I've read this year, and a page for recommendations, and then the pages dedicated to individual books. And being that I tend to be a bullet journaler, this will probably go in that direction, in that whatever I need to slip into the middle of the book as I move through it and work out how exactly I want to be reading, journaling, I can slip them in wherever I need to. So eventually the pages will be numbered as soon as I can figure out what I did with my sequential numbering stamp. So I just realized I forgot to grab a pen. Let me find the pen I want to do this with, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back with my pen. I have another pen here too. So this pen is a Pen Plus Gear gel pen. And if you saw a video that we did on notebooks from the Dollar Tree, you might recognize it. This is the pen that fails all of the pen tests on paper. So I've already, just yesterday, when I was trying to pick a journal, I put a mark here with this pen just to check and see, is this pen going to bleed through? And it does ghost, but it's not going to bleed through, which is great because I'm not using that pen in this book. I don't like that pen because it does bleed through everything. So here I have a different pen, probably the pen I will use. Put a little mark here, and it's not even ghosting through. So I'm not going to be worried at all about most pens in this book, which is excellent news. However, I want to do a little bit of stamping. So let me open my stamps here real quick. And throw a little stamp on this back page. Just a little something, doesn't much matter what it is. Oh, and of course I put my finger right into the ink first thing. Almost dropped the stamp pad. All right, so just a little bit of ink, and we'll stamp it right there. I'm gonna like that font. And nope, it's fine. Just maybe if I look hard, a little ghosting, but not enough for me to be worried about it. So let's go back to the beginning of the book. And we'll start the book with, I'm going to leave this page blank for the future. So we'll start the index here. This page, the first page I'm leaving blank, I will probably put some information about me so that if I ever leave this book somewhere, someone can get it back to me if they are so inclined to do so. I hope I don't leave the book anywhere, but it is a book that will travel with me when I go out because I don't always read only at home. So let's try putting together the word index. I am not a stamper, so if anybody has any tips on how to set up stamps better, why can I not? There's the little N. How to set up stamps better on these things, I will take the advice. Already I've started it backward because I have to spell the word backward. Index. I was afraid that I was going to need to move that D a little closer to the end, but it'll work. Good enough. So I'm going to leave a few pages because this is a rather thick book. Pretty thick book. I don't know how many pages it has, but I'm going to leave a few pages for the index. And then let's make this the to be read page. Wah, that wasn't very smart. R E C O M. Ooh, and I think my O is upside down. How is it upside down, you ask? Well, because I think that it was not going to end up lined up with the others. Okay, so I've rubber banded them together so they roughly make a single block-ish. And my to be read tends to be very long, so we'll leave a couple of pages for that. And we're going to line this up to the left up here. And of course I make a mess. I am just a mess when I do crafty things. It's just the way I am. Okay, so I'm going to put this down here, and then I'm going to press on each one of these to make sure that all of them stamp, because they don't feel to all be the same height. There we go. I love that. M E N D A T I O Oh, this is not going well. That's okay. We'll get that. We'll get it switched out. There we are. R E M M E N D A T I O. There it is. So we'll get those flat and flat. I know there's a tool for doing this, but I don't have it. So we use what we have. Oh, goodness gracious. I grabbed a B, not a D. It's a good thing I checked. Otherwise, I would be doing recommendations. Where did my... Oh, my D fell over. That's why I didn't see it. RECOMMEND. Wouldn't it be embarrassing if I spelled it wrong here? And now that I've said that, I'm going to. I will. ENDATIO. N and S. Oh, it's a good thing I went with the smaller. The other one would never have fit. Oh my gosh, my R and my S are stuck together. There we are. Here's my N and S. Recommendations. N S. Recommendations. There we go. Excellent. I love it. I love the whole typeface thing. I like that. The way that looks. Okay, recommendations. And then I need, of course, some numbers. I don't have any big numbers. I need a couple of pages for recommendations. And then we're going to write down 2025. Okay, so I have 2025 recommendations. I have my annual list. I have my index. These are all of the, as you might call them, collections that I plan on putting in my reading log. And yes, I have already started books this year. I'm not going to worry about going back and doing those. But what we'll have to do is, as I finish books, I'll be putting them on these next few pages. And then each book will be titled. The book that I am reading now, just recently started it. Why can I not find? I don't know what happened to my book. I had it. It's around here somewhere. I'm reading 12-Week Year. I would love to tell you who wrote it, but I can't because I don't have it. All right, well, let me clean up. And when I clean up, I will go grab the book so that you can see it. But this is how I'm going to clean up. I got to grab my cleaning solution. Okay, let's move the book out of the way here because I don't want to get it any more covered in schmutz. I have had this thing forever and a day. So I'm just going to put a little bit of rubber stamp cleaning solution on this side. And then I'll take each of the stamps, rub it on this side, and then this is the dry side. And that stamp is done. And it's really easy to clean them up this way. And one of the benefits is you don't end up with paper towel all over your stamps either when you try to dry them with a paper towel. So, although this side is getting a little wet already, just from the stamps. There we are. One. Ooh, 2 at a time. Whew. That's a trick. Dry it off. They dry off pretty easily this way. Not sure I even used these. It's kind of throwing the cleaning solution all over the place here. All right. Oh my gosh, I'm getting cleaning solution everywhere. My goodness, let me wipe up my desk. I have a black desk mat here, but my desk itself is white. The last thing I want is black ink all over my white desk. So let's wipe that up a little. Oof. Goodness gracious. Oh, goodness gracious. Alrighty. Here we are. We'll just keep that nearby. My son offered this while I was trying to make my stamps stick together. Okay, so this is the book I've been reading. So my reading process, because Mark and I oftentimes share books or eventually intend to read the same book. I don't want to write in the book. Also, it kind of goes against my grain to write in books in general, though I do make some exceptions. So what I do is I use sticky notes and I stick them into the book wherever I have a note. Not all of these notes will get transcribed into this journal, but what I'll do is I'll continue to add the sticky notes throughout the book as I go. And then when I find, when I'm done, I will flip through and see how many of these notes made sense or are still relevant after I've read the book, and I will transcribe them into this book. There may be some, probably what I will do is if I have like general impressions as I go through, I will write that on the page that I create for this book. In fact, let's create that page for this book right now. But I think not with this pen. I think I want to do it with this one. Oh, and there is the other sheet. Aha! See, I knew that if I started cleaning up, I found the other sheet that goes on here. I knew that if I started cleaning up, I'd find it, because that's how we roll in this house. Let me, real quick, I think I know what ink I have in this pen. Yes. So, oh, and now you're all going to want to know what ink I have in this pen. Gosh. This is a Jinhao 80 fountain pen. So it's very inexpensive. It's a fine nib. I really like my fine and extra fines. Try to use the fines for shimmery inks. This is not a shimmery ink. And I don't think this is Jinhao Brown. I think this is Diamine Sepia, but I could be wrong. It could be Jinhao Brown. But let's just write down this book. And I am sorry if it annoys you, the extreme angle I tend to write at, but it's the way it works for me. So we'll put the title, the 12-week year, and then we'll write the subtitle, more done in 12 weeks. And others. Yeah, I spelled that wrong. Due in 12 months. And I think I just realized what color ink this is. I think this is Winterberry from the 2024 Diamine Inkfont calendar. All right, I also want to write down the authors. Brian P. Moran and Michael Lennington. And then I also want to write down the publisher information and the publication year. John Wiley and Sons Inc. Hoboken, New Jersey, 2013. Okay, this way I can, in this book, reference page numbers, and then all I have to do is find this edition of the book in order to find that page and read more if I needed to. I don't usually have more than one copy of a nonfiction book, but it has happened. My husband and I have accidentally purchased the same book on more than one occasion because we didn't know the other one had gotten it. So we tend to maintain our own libraries sometimes. All right, so the rest of my notes from the book then will be added. I'll probably put a general review here, but the notes that I do of the book will come here. And I will let you know how it goes. Thanks for hanging out with me while I put this together. So this has been Journaling Together with Just Jen. And I think next time I'm going to set up a commonplace book. So we'll see you later.